I just had my first renewal come and go for the US Bank Business Altitude Connect card. I am keeping this card for another year because for me, it is easy to get value from this card. And I'm going to talk about my first year with the card in a different video. But in this video, I want to talk about something odd that happened last night and today with this card. And it got me to thinking that I think it's possible that changes are coming to the business version of the US Bank Business Altitude Connect card. But before we dive into that, if you enjoy this kind of content and you have not subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so. It is free and it's a way to get my channel visible to more people just like yourself. And I thank you ahead of time. Now let's dive in. So, the thing that happened last night is something that I did not realize until this morning. So this morning I logged into my US Bank account and I was looking at my cards and I saw a positive amount on my US Bank Business Altitude Connect card. And when I clicked on it, it basically said it was a reversal of the annual fee that had just hit. So the annual fee was charged in May because that was the actual anniversary of the card, and I paid that annual fee like 6 or 7 days ago. So the card was zeroed out, and then when I logged into my account this morning, I saw a positive $95 in that note of reversal of annual fee. And I thought, that's odd, interesting. So I was poking around on my in my portal a little bit, trying to find information, and didn't see anything. Didn't see any kind of notes or anything. I went and looked at my updates and inbox notifications in my US Bank portal. There was nothing at all that mentioned anything about the annual fee being reversed or anything. I hadn't gotten any emails from US Bank stating that something was changing and that the annual fee had been reversed. There had, nothing, no mistakes or anything. I hadn't received any text messages or anything, hadn't received anything in the mail. And so I thought, well, this is odd. I wonder what's going on. So I decided to call US Bank customer care. I called the number that is on the back of the US Bank Business Altitude Connect card specifically, since it is the business line for the card. So had to go through the prompts and whatnot, but I got into pretty quickly. And I spoke to a gentleman named Tom, and I told Tom about what exactly I saw, what was going on. He said, "Huh, that's interesting." He says, "Let me take a look at your account." So he took a look at the account, and he says, "I don't know. I have no idea." He says, "I see that it was reversed. Um, if you don't mind holding for a little bit, let me talk to our product team and see if they can figure it out because I'm not sure." I said, "Okay, sure." So I was on hold for about 6 or 7 minutes, early in my workday, and Tom came back and said, "Hey, I'm sorry to keep you holding. We're still looking at this. It might be another 5 or 10 minutes or so." And he said, "But he says that he says you have us all befuddled. We None of us know what's going on. We don't know anything. Although we do see a note that says that you had a product upgrade." And that the annual fee was reversed and that it looks like that you were mailed a new card. And I said, "Well," I said, "is there any way I can, I said, is there any way I can call you back? Because I have a meeting to get to with my team." And he said, "Well," he says, "you can't call us directly, but he says, if you call back after your meeting," he says, we should have it figured out. It'll probably take another 5 or 10 minutes, but we should have it figured out for you. But it does look like, according to what I'm seeing, it, it was reversed due to a product upgrade, and it looks like you were mailed a new card." And I said, okay. I said, "I haven't received a new card at all, and I haven't been told of anything happening with the card. I still have the same card. It still works. There's been no communication." He says, "Call back after meeting and we'll have an answer for you." So I went on about my way. went to my meeting with my team. After that meeting was over with, I called them back, called the same number. I got a different person, a very nice lady by the name of Alicia. And she basically said that what the product team had put notes in my account, and from what Tom had said, she said it they reversed the fee, and it had a note with it saying that my account was upgraded and that it looked like I was mailed a new card. And I'm like, well, I've not received a new card and I've not been told I'm getting a new card. I said, how was the account upgraded? She says, I don't know. She said, it could be a feature change. It could be a new, something happening with terms and conditions. It could be any multitude of things. And I said, well, if it's an upgrade, if it's coded as an upgrade, that tells me that something with the structure of the earnings or whatever the benefits, whatever the card, something's changed. And she said, I that's what I think too. I said, well, I haven't received a new card. When was this? She said it was on May 13th that the card was issued. I'm like, well, I mean, today's June 10th. So is there any indication that I was mailed a new card? And she said, all it says that there was an account upgrade and a card was issued. So I don't know what's going on. They have that my address is right in their systems and everything. So, you know, I don't know. Was I issued a new card? Have no idea. They can't tell me anything different with my account. When I log into my US Bank portal, I look at my card, I look at the benefits, like nothing's changed. There's been no changes to my account at all whatsoever. And she said that the annual fee was waived, was the annual fee was reversed. Then she said the annual fee would be reapplied next year. So if I'm wondering if changes are coming to the card. Now we know the personal version of the Connect card went through some changes last year and it had an annual fee as well. And an annual fee went away, but also there were some changes that happened with the card too. Some of the multipliers and whatnot, some of the benefits had changed. I wonder if something preemptively happened with my card and there's some kind of treatment coming to the business Altitude Connect card that we haven't seen yet, haven't been notified of yet or anything. And that was a weird like mistake, or that was an oopsie or something that indicates something is coming. Now, I am holding on to this card. I like this card the way it is. I don't know though. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to stay on top of this to let you guys know, because I don't know too many people out there that have this card like I do. I know there's a handful of you, but I don't think there's very many. So I will stay on top of this with you. And if anyone else has this card and the same thing happened to them, let me know. But this was just recent. This was just yesterday. All this stuff has transpired within the last couple of days. So I'm very curious as to what's going on. But I think something is afoot. And I think the card could be getting changes. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear what you all have to say about this. Also, too, again, if you have not subscribed to my channel and you enjoyed this video, if you could click that subscribe button, it helps get my channel visible to more people just like yourself. And it's a free way to support me. If you want to support me more, I also do have memberships available to the channel as well. $1.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. Right now, I am doing members only videos. About every other week, I drop a members only video. These are videos that will stay behind a paywall. It's spicier content that probably will never be available to the YouTube public. And if you do join the channel, let me know so I can thank you personally. Also, too, there are other ways to support me in the referral links that are down in the description below. I do have referrals for Chase cards and Amex cards, the Built MasterCard, so on and so on. I do have my link tree with my Buy Me a Coffee link down there too, Ko-Fi. If you choose any of those ways to support me, and please let me know because I want to know that you did that because it means a lot to me that you chose me over the bazillion other people out there that you could have used referrals for. And it means a lot that you used mine. So I want to thank you personally for that. Now, if you would please do me a big favor and be good to each other today, okay? And be respectful. And until next time, bye for now.